Hello and welcome to Natural Selection, how to do the 3 activities I have for you. In the very first one, you just get to watch a little bit about a pocket mice, and then once you've watched the video, go ahead and summarize it. It's going to take you then through a simulation, and then you just answer the questions on each slide. Then there'll be a short video about what is natural selection. Go ahead and summarize that for me. And then we'll walk into what is natural selection, and we'll study a fish called the stickleback fish. So the 3-spine stickleback, you'll go ahead and watch this video, go ahead and summarize it. And we're going to actually do an experiment. Now, to do the experiment, we need to measure the number of plates on the side of a fish called a lateral plate. You just click on the date. It will then open up a lake, and inside you will see fish pictures for 1990. You'll see they have numbers. That's the number of plates on the sides. These are the lateral plates. And you need to count up how many fish. I have 33. So how many have 33 plates? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many have 34? 1, 2, 3. And how many have 29? 1. Then what you want to do is, from Google Classroom, you're going to open up something called the frequency graph, and it will say the number of plates and the number of fish, and we had 6 at 34, so 31, 32, 33, 34. And what you can do is you can put an X, or if you want to make it colorful, you can put in a color. Doesn't matter. And I just want you to fill in the boxes with the number of fish that you count. And in this case, it was 6, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Oops. Okay, we had 1 at 29. And so you just fill in the graph. When you're ready, you'll do 1996 and then 2002. Don't forget to fix your titles. Okay, so once you've done that, you should count the fish twice. So if you were to wait 5 minutes, after 5 minutes, the fish swim away, and then a new group of fish swim in. And if nothing changes, you can just hit the refresh button, and the refresh button will eventually refresh the number of fish. So you need to do that twice, okay? So you'll fill them in twice, and then after doing so, it's then going to ask you to do something called the stickleback cross. And here it says to get a card. To do that, you need to go to the card selector. And so the card selector is in Google Classroom. And the card selector is right here. And it just says to pick a number between 1 and 15. So you just have to pick a number between 1 and 15. And whatever number you pick, that's the card that's going to come up. And then you'll right-click that card picture, and you're going to copy that picture, and you're going to paste it right here where it has the instructions for stickleback genetics. Okay, so once you've gone through stickleback genetics and you'll do the math, then it will then take you to one called natural selection. This handout walks you through the idea of looking for and evaluating claims. So in here, you have 2 student CERs. You have to tell me which one is correct and which one is not correct. So you'll have to read them both and to determine which one do you think is correct reasoning with the right evidence and which one is not the correct one. All right, so that is this week's lessons. And if we can get to it, you have your 2 days. Finally, the last one you'll do is something called the natural selection checklist. You'll have to then go back and look at your 3 activities, and you'll check yes or no. Does it have variability? Does it have heritability? Does it have a reproductive advantage? And give me your evidence. And then if you meet all 3 of these characteristics, then natural selection is taking place. All right, if you have questions, I'll be in the Zoom room, or you can ask me in Google Classroom.